Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have the LEGO Ninjago limited edition Bricktober set, and this was available at the LEGO store on Black Friday, which is where I just came from, with purchases of $50 or more, so that's what I did, and it does come with a little plastic thing going around it. I just removed that before the video, just, so it would be a little bit easier, but yeah, it comes with the 4 exclusive minifigures, so let's take a look at each one individually. First up for figures, we have the masked version of Harumi, or the stone version, whatever you want to call her. I mean, it's pretty much what it is. I don't know, there's no official name given. But this is a figure that I found really unnecessary when the images were first revealed, especially when they noted that it was stone Harumi, I would have preferred a casual version of Harumi from, the Confrontation in Game of Masks, that kind of outfit that she wears a lot more than this. But, that being said, once I got this figure in hand, it is very, very impressive. You've got the printing all around the side of the leg, all around the other side of the legs, printing on the arms, which you'll see better in a second once I take that armor piece off, but that mask even, the Mask of Hatred, does actually differ from the one in the standard sets that you can see here with Ultraviolet. The mouth has a different, basically just a different expression, which, nothing super duper special, but I'm impressed that they went above and beyond and actually changed that up. I've noticed that my mask here, the actual one I got, is a little bit loose, like it moves really easily, compared to this one back here, which, is from the regular sets. It has a little bit more friction, but this one you could not leave really at a half thing, because if it's just touched the slightest or breathed on, it will fall down, so it really can only stay open or closed. I mean, that's not a big deal, but I just wanted to point out that it does feel like it's a little bit lower quality, which, makes sense, because I believe that these figures are China-made ones instead of made in other places, like the ones in regular sets. The legs, do have decent printing on the front as well. It lines up pretty well with the torso. The face, she's got her typical little white and red design. We don't really see her face underneath, so I would have preferred to, again, just get a regular Harumi face underneath here, not stone. Just because that would have been more useful. You can't even see it around the back, so, the only time you can see it is like that. I would have preferred a casual Harumi face, because even then you could just put that onto the princess version's body. But, I mean, it is cool for what it is. I just wish it was a different version of Harumi. And there's the good arm printing, really good printing on the back. The armor piece, this is the first time I've gotten it. It's from Nexo Knights, has the 2 studs on the back. Overall, cool figure, but questionable inclusion in this set. I mean, it's nothing that I am particularly super duper excited about, and it would not be the reason I buy the set, but, I was impressed with the level of detail, and I think they did a great job with it. Next up, we have Future J, and this particular figure is from Possession, Season 5, from the scene in the cave where they're looking at their reflections and they see themselves in the future, and this is, Jay, and he's got an eye patch, which, was kind of a foreshadowing of Skybound to some extent. It's a pretty good figure, and one that was most exciting to me upon, seeing the back. I was like, ooh, that's cool. He comes with his regular hair, which this is the first time we've gotten it in a little while, since they changed over the designs for the Ninjago movie. And there's no alternate facial expression for him, which is a little bit disappointing, but just barely. He's the only one in the set with no printing on the backs of their heads. The torso print, though, is really, really good. Well designed. It's got a symbol on the back. He's got that really fine kind of dot pattern on his arm, which really, really good arm printing, by the way. And the printing on the front of his torso is good as well. You can see the dot printing continues in the white spaces on the front and the back. So, pretty fine detail there. It also continues onto the other arm, obviously. He has a staff like Sensei Wu. And the leg printing wraps around to the sides, and the front, it's a really, really well done printing for this character. He's got the great printing all around the arms and legs. Really appreciate it. And it's cool, like character from the show, or like a cool variant from the show that's, actually memorable, unlike, Stone Harumi. Next up, we have this random Sons of Garmadon biker thug dude, and he's kind of just a generic little Sons of Garmadon character, and he does come with the first notable accessory of this pack, which is a silver baseball bat, which I don't remember that specifically from the show, but it is a cool recolor for that part, and a very cool thing to get in this pack. The printing on the torso is somewhat similar to a couple of the Sons of Garmadon sets versions, as well as his face. If you look compared to Chopper Maroon, his face is basically a smiling version of Chopper Maroon's face, which is cool. Chopper Maroon does not have any back printing on his head. This guy does. I like how they have the hair kind of, just spreading out from the center. That's a cool look for it, I think, and really adds to the look with the mohawk. I'm happy with that. The jacket is kind of similar. It's just got a different version of the Sons of Garmadon logo. Printing on the front is kind of similar. It's kind of the same design style, so I appreciate that. And the legs, they're good. I got a good amount of detail, and they actually wrap around to the side, which is really unexpected and a barely necessary detail, to be honest, but I'm happy they included it. Also, he has printing on one arm for the Sons of Garmadon tattoo. It's a pretty detailed figure, especially for this random nameless side goon character. So, again, similar to Stone Harumi, I don't think this was a necessary inclusion, but I'm happy that they executed it this well. Last up is this Tournament of Elements Nia figure, and she's in the kabuki disguise she used in the episode titled A Spy for a Spy, which was episode 39, about halfway into the season. And this was a pretty good choice for this pack, I think. It's a variant of a character where they didn't all have a suit like that. Like, for example, with Future J, now people could be left wanting a Future Kai and a Future Zane, and I don't know if we'll ever get those or if they're really necessary at all. But this Kabuki Nia, there was no Kabuki version of any of the other ninja, and, it's a little gap in the coverage of Nia figures from the show, so I'm very happy with this. Again, I kind of would have preferred a Season 2, like Season 1/2 version of her, like, casual clothes that she wears pretty often. But this, I think, is also a good choice. I like the design that they used for the fan. They printed that on there. It is a medium nougat, I believe the color is, fan, with some gold print, with flowers, and, just basically a cool oriental design. Yeah, I really appreciate that. The face print is also good for, Nia, and then it has the kabuki paint on it as well. She does have an angry expression as well, for when she's, fighting Klaus, like this. That looks good. I like the smiling face better than this one, I don't know. But I think they're both good expressions. The printing on the torso is pretty nice, and, it's got a good design to it. The arm here is probably my favorite part of the figure, because it shows for the first time Nia's little, her bracelet / like, alarm, whatever. Basically, she uses that to detect things as Samurai X and all sorts of stuff. It's a pretty important device in the show. We've never seen it represented in LEGO before, so pretty happy to get it here. And the torso and leg printing, it's all pretty good for this character. This is probably, one of the better figures in this pack. Overall, I think that this is another great Bricktober set. The level of detail on all these characters is really, really good, and you know, I think they did a great job with every single one. However, the character selection, I don't think it's quite as good as last year's. There are none as bad as the Young Crux. I feel like this figure was a bad choice last year, and I feel like this is the worst choice this year. Of the two, I would prefer the Sons of Garmadon Biker, because at least he's massable and, you know, cool. The only thing that was really nice about the Crux was that face print, and it wasn't even super exciting. I would compare Neuro to Nia. Of the two, I think Neuro is better, but Nia is really good. The White Nindroid, I'd compare to Stone Harumi, because they're both, you know, like bad guys, I guess, kind of. I mean, I guess this one isn't a bad guy, but they're both variants of previous figures. Like, this is a variant of Cryptor, just with color swapped. That's basically just a variant of Ultraviolet with the armor. So, you know, it's kind of the same, and I really, really, really like the White Nindroid. I think it may still be my favorite of the 8. And Kai, compared to Future J, I think Future J is better, just because Kai did not get the hair and the little mask. Instead, he got full mask, which was inaccurate. Basically, you know, I just don't feel like the actor crew is on point with that one figure last year. But all 4 of these I think are pretty great, pretty accurate. Definitely would recommend picking up with, you know, for free with purchases of $50 or more on Black Friday. Obviously, this video is not going to come out on Black Friday, so, you know, you're kind of too late, but I would have recommended it. At this point, I think if you could get it for like $20, maybe $25, maybe $30, you know, as the price goes up, I'd be less and less inclined to do it. But if you're a big Ninjago fan, I think it's definitely still worth it, because these are 4 great figures. You're never going to see them again. Really, really happy with the way that these turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.